Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is the Unravel Collective, where I love to channel guidance for you from the 9th Dimension Arcturian Council. This week, I asked my Instagram followers and my email list to send me some questions because I felt the call to channel guidance specifically for you and your questions and anything that you wanted insight on in regards to family, health, career, finances, whatnot. And so if that is something that you might be interested in the future, please get on my email list by going to YvonneConstancio.com on my website and signing up for my newsletter. So I haven't actually looked at the emails that were submitted because I like to leave it to the moment of channeling so I don't have any preconceptions, right? Or any biased ideas of what's to come in or what's to come through. I just wanted to be pure in the moment. So I'm looking at the very first submission, and this is from Kelly. And she asked, I feel I am called to move in location to further develop my spiritual path career within the next year or two. Is this accurate? All right. So let's go ahead and tap in with the Arcturians and see what they have to share with Kelly. Hello, dear. How may we assist you today? Yes, hello. I have a question from Kelly, and her question is, I feel I am called to move in location to further develop my spiritual path career within the next year or two. Is this accurate? Yes, well, we see that there is a lot of movement here for this individual and that there is a calling absolutely to move in geographical location. And what we're seeing is that there is some hesitation to move only because it will not be easy, only because of the logical obstacles and whatnot that comes along with moving and building in a new location, building a new life in a new place with new people, a new environment. But what we're seeing is that absolutely this is correct and she is spot on with this calling. We're seeing that the geographical location in which she would choose to move is offering her a great amount of support, not only in the energetics of the geography of the earth, but also in the energetics of the people of who she will, of which she will meet while there. So there is going to be some strong connections here, strong energetic connections, strong collaborations. Things will move quite quickly and swiftly for her when she settles into this location. What we're seeing is that there's going to be a great amount of support. Yes, we've already said this, but what we're seeing is also this camaraderie, so to speak. So she will not feel lonely here. So we see a vision of a circle and people, friends, support, holding hands in a circle, being able to be free, to be themselves, to express themselves, feel supported here. And then in this way, offering them the opportunity to strengthen their gifts and abilities to better serve this community. So yes, our answer would be yes, to follow this calling, to change location, to move, and to then, while there, spread yourself out and share yourself so that you can be quickly connected with this community and the people, those of which you will be very free to develop and design and create with. So yes, this is very much a calling in which we see she is right to feel that a relocation is in her future quite soon, and we would remind her not to be fearful of all the details that it takes to move, but rather say yes. Simply say yes, and all will fall right into place just as it should. Thank you. Okay, so that was for Kelly. Let's go back to my emails and see what else is here. All right, this is for Karen. I have a question that popped into my mind. I'm curious to know if this year I'll have a reunion with a loved one, a family member who has left the family and is on his own path. He is so deeply missed. I want to know, oh, well, the rest is, I want to know, I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's tap back in with the Arcturians. Hello, my dear. Hello. Okay, this question is for Karen. I'm curious to know if this year I'll have a reunion with a loved one, a family member who's left the family and is on his own path. He is so deeply missed. Yes, what we're seeing immediately here is a yearning to be connected once more. And there also seems to be a little bit of shame on this side with the individual who is a bit, perhaps we're sensing a sense of embarrassment perhaps, or some sort of shame of coming forward and saying, you know what, I overreacted. This was something that was a trigger within me that caused me to react in a certain way, and now I can see, and I have grown from this experience, and I can see now where my trigger was and how it caused me to react the way that it did. And in many ways, this has nothing to do with anyone else but myself. This is very difficult for this person to express at this time, but it is there. It is an internal experience that is occurring for them. And so, yes, there is a yearning to reconnect, and there is a yearning to be loved, regardless of this mistake. And there is a yearning to be seen, even in and through the reaction that was had, and all that affected the family, or what this reaction caused in effect to the family, if this makes sense. And so, yes, of course you miss him, because there is great love here. There is great love and purity, and there is a deep connection. And so when this disconnection occurred, yes, it caused some disbelief. It caused some confusion. It caused some what we would call a bit of loneliness upon those affected, because this was what once was very strong connection, and in a very loving connection, and somehow there was deep miscommunication, and there was also simply a fear of fully expressing oneself on all sides. So this fear of expression caused a deep miscommunication, which then caused a strong reaction, which then caused an embarrassment or shame around this reaction, and then caused distance. So whatever it was that presented itself as anger was truly underneath simply fear and embarrassment that caused distance. So now we're seeing that time has passed. Now we're seeing that this individual is going through a growth or a internal experience here, in which they are missing you as well. They are missing the connections they once had. And they are seeing now that these reactions were something that they must work on, not necessarily something that was done to them, so to speak. And now it is all about coming clean, stepping forward in truth around this, and finding compassion and love for themselves, and also for you all to find love and compassion and forgiveness around this. We do not think that this is going to be difficult or come with much effort to find compassion and forgiveness, because as we said, there was deep connection here prior, to this incident, and we do see that in many ways you have all grown from this incident. And so yes, we do see a reunion with this loved one. This is what we see coming for you, and perhaps it would benefit you if you were the one to reach out with love and compassion, and allow him the space to express himself and the internal experience to come forward now without fear of further embarrassment or shame around this reaction. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so that was for Karen. I'm so worried I'm gonna get panda eye for my mascara. Okay, let's see. Next question is from Megan. All right, so let's tap in with the Arcturians and then I'll ask the question. Yes, dear. Hello. Okay. This question is for Megan. I would like guidance on career and relationship for the next 3 months. What are the important points I need to be aware of for both career and relationship? Expectations of when blossoming will occur for both. Advice, guidance on things to look out for, work on, prepare for. Okay, so I would like guidance on career and relationship for the next 3 months. Well, this is definitely a bright future we see for this individual, and we see that a lot of work is going into seeing and experiencing and offering themselves joy in this experience rather than the old strategy of hard, rigid rules for themselves. So there has been a growth here that is quite beautiful, because prior to now, we're seeing that there was a great amount of rigidity, and now there is play, there is exploration, now there is a little bit of flow to the experience rather than I must get here in this amount of time. Now, we're seeing that this is not necessarily natural for this individual, because strategy is part of their gift. Strategy and planning is part of what brings things into fruition for this person. So there needs to be a balance here. There needs to be a balance of here's an outline. Here's what I would like to accomplish within the next 3 months. Here is the small goals I would like to step forward into. And yet, let those goals come to you in an unexpected manner. Does this make sense to you? So that not every detail is planned out, because when every detail is planned out, well, that leaves little room for exploration or surprise. And these expectations that you expect are very much strategized for yourself. So there's very little that is surprising. There's very little in the way of allowing room for anything else to occur or happen or come into your presence. So yes, an outline is quite beautiful, a bit of strategy around these are the goals I would like to accomplish in month 1, 2, 3. But how those goals come about, this is where you can allow a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of play, a little bit of imagination, a little bit of, potential to express itself to you, to bring itself to you. Because when you detail every single thing, then very little is left for the surprise. Very little is left, very little room is left for something else to come in to this very rigid space, right? So creation involves the element of surprise. Creation involves the element of something changing and being malleable, being molded into the moment-to-moment experience, because you are different moment to moment. You are constantly growing, expanding, changing, contracting, learning. You are falling into yourself and then back out into a blossoming of a new self. So when you are so rigid in your plan, you lose the aspect of this change within yourself, and you stick to something that was who you were when you made that plan. But you are constantly in shift. So allow these shifts to flow with you. Allow these shifts to expand new possibility into the newness of who you are in every moment. This is good advice for everyone. Yes, not just Megan here. This is for everybody. We would like everyone to hear this. So yes, yes, this is what we would advise here in both career and relationship. Thank you. Okay, thank you. There is one more question that came in through, or maybe there were a couple that came in through Instagram. So let me switch over there and see. Okay, this is from, do I have panda eye? Okay, this is from Melinda. So let me just tap into the Arcturians again, and then I'll ask the question. Yes, dear. Okay. How can I best focus sharing my gifts this year? This is a question from Melinda. Also kind of wondering, what is the most resourceful and beneficial way to earn more money at the moment? All right, well, let's focus on her question. How can I best focus sharing my gifts this year? Well, we're seeing a really beautiful expansion for this individual. And it's already been an expansion she's been feeling and sharing in new ways, which is really resonating with many who read or are in the presence of this new way of being and sharing of herself. This is causing doors to open. This will cause new collaborations to come forward. This is going to inspire others to want to work with her. This is going to be very much so in the world of writing. We see that, sorry, I'm laughing because this idea of a book has come up before. So, okay, dear. And so now we're seeing the idea of writing a book, sharing her experience, sharing her internal musings, so to speak. She's very observant. She's very in tune with the internal experience. And she has a way with an expression in this way. Her gift is through writing. And we think she already knows this answer. And we would like to see more writing. We would like to see it in the way that is so beautifully vulnerable and honest, and so beautiful in way of being very poetic in the way it's expressed, very easy to read, as if you are the one flowing through the river of this experience. And so yes, we would also encourage her to either be near water or have a fountain around her when she is writing, for the energy of water and this flow is what also encourages this energy, this way of expression, which is quite beautiful, quite flowing, and also available to others who read it in this way, in this sort of flowing with the information and allowing them to be swept up in an experience that is very relatable, which is why it is necessary to share this so that others can know and feel that they are not alone in this experience and that there are others, and yet also be comforted in this very beautiful flow that feels like a river of expression. So this is what we would encourage Melinda to do at this time. Definitely be focused on writing, and perhaps allowing that writing to be shared. Allow it to be shared with even those that she has been hesitant to share with, because we do see someone who will be willing to collaborate with her and offer this to a wider audience. So yes, this is what we see for this individual. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Melinda. Okay, we have one more. Let's see. Okay, so this one's interesting. So this is from the Instagram handle Simplex, and this is interesting. So I'm curious to see what they say about this. So Simplex says, well, let me tap in real quick, and then we'll see what they say. I'll read the question and see what they say. Yes, dear. Okay. This is from Simplex. Ask them to stay, quote unquote. Stay a little longer. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it came through strong. Okay. Stay. Stay a little longer. Yes, my dear one. So what we are seeing here is a communication with this individual. And what we're saying is that we would like her to stay longer in this idea of blossoming. So there is a very beautiful blossoming occurring here. And we see it as a white flower, very beautiful, very big, very bright, vibrant. Even in its whiteness of no color, it has a vibrancy within it where all colors live. And so what we're seeing is this constant bloom, 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 bloom. And yet there seems to always be just a little bit of a tendency to want to jump further ahead, to want to jump into a future, rather than be present in this very beautiful moment of blossoming. This very beautiful unfolding, 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 unfolding. It is one of infinite unfolding. And the tendency is not to stay here. The tendency is to say, okay, this is beautiful, I like it. I'm very comfortable here. Can I move on? Can I jump out of this blossoming into the next step? Well, the message is that this is the next step, dear one. That your constant evolving, your constant evolution, your constant awareness, your constant growth, your constant unfolding of self is the next step, is the present and future moment. It is all. It is now. It is all in one moment occurring for you. Here, now. This is where everything you wish for exists. Here, now. And again, it is quite vibrant. At times it can feel boring, or I've seen this, I've done this, been here, done that. All I see is white, blankness. And yet, within this is all colors, all the rainbow, all potential, all of existence. Everything you hold within yourself that causes you to feel strength and comfort and knowing. You are quite grand, dear one. You're very expansive, very big, very large, expansive space that you exist in. As a human can maybe feel not grounded perhaps, or maybe floating in a nothingness. But this is where you thrive. This is where you are nourished with the potential for creativity, with the potential for newness. And so do not get bored with this unfolding, this space, this great grand space that you thrive in. Rather nourish it. Stay here, stay here, stay here. Be present here. This is where you will find all that you need. Thank you. Okay. Well, that was beautiful. I loved it. I loved that. I loved all of them, but that last one was really beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed today's Q&A. And I think maybe I might do this once a month. Let me know if that sounds good to you. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, go follow me at the.unravelcollective, and or join my newsletter so that you'll know when it's time to submit your question through email as well. Okay, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.